Hello everyone, I hope y'all are all having a great day. It is October 22nd, and today I'm back in the video. Now today, I do actually have a lot to talk about. Uh, so, next week is going to be a pretty significant week weather-wise across literally the whole U.S. It's going to be it's going to be much different this week. A lot of areas are going to see some big changes. And there is a lot of model disagreement that we're going to also look at. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to look at is what is going on right now, and to do that, we're going to look at we're going to go over to Weather Underground here. Now, I don't like Weather Underground. I don't like the Weather Channel. Um, this is like the only part of Weather Underground that I like is their personal weather station network. I don't know why more people don't use this, but I find this very nice to use here. There's a lot of personal weather stations on here. Now, some of them, of course, might be wrong. Uh, Pretty sure there's one that is reading negative. Yeah, that's not right there, okay? No, like some of these are clearly wrong, but most of these are accurate or relatively accurate. We can get a good idea of what's going on in different regions of the country. So let's go ahead and start off. Let's go west to east here. So let's take a look at the northwest first. Uh, you have a lot of mountains, of course. Not a whole lot of weather stations in this area. I do think it's kind of glitched, but right now it's pretty mild across that area or cold. Kind of just depends on what you think is mild, what you think is cold. In the west, or the southwest, I guess I should say, like California down in Arizona, it's pretty warm in Arizona. Pretty warm in areas in Nevada, Utah. But then some areas are cold. We have a lot of differences here, uh, as y'all can see. Um, Moving to this. Okay, let's move into the northern plains. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. North Dakota, we can see it is pretty cold. Ignore that one weather station that says 54. That is likely wrong. But you can see we have a good idea of what's going on. We can see we have 30s here. Uh, Warmer air locked up down to southwest North Dakota. Um, Relatively warm across South Dakota, eastern Wyoming. Not warm. Cold, but well, yeah, cold. Don't really know what I was going at there, but we can see, of course, warmer down to the south in Kansas, even still some 70s, almost 80 in Texas, in that area. Okay, I think Weather Underground is. I feel like it's getting updated or something right now because something has changed. So we're just gonna close that out. We'll look at that another day. Uh, but I'm gonna try and use that. It's a bit more helpful for things like winter storms, I guess you could say. Uh, yeah. So I guess let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. So this is the day two outlook for tomorrow. We do have a slight risk for areas of Kansas and Missouri. Kansas City is in this slight risk. 2 tour, 5 wind, and a 15 hail. The day I really want to watch is Sunday. So Sunday we're gonna have our first storm system go out or kind of move into the move east here. We're gonna have two really big deal storm systems across the east. We're gonna go in depth, and those are kind of decently in depth. And we're in the northwest, or really the northwest is gonna get slammed hard. But we can see we had that enhanced risk for areas of Missouri down into Arkansas, St. Louis, Fort Smith, Arkansas, I think is what it's called. You can see here Little Rock, Springfield, Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, and Fort Smith, Arkansas. Okay. Then we have Memphis, Kansas City, Tulsa, Overland Park, and Kansas City in the slight. And then in the marginal, we have Dallas, Plano, Garland, and Shreveport and Ivory, Texas. In that marginal risk, I think we're going to see a decent little severe weather event. And we do have a marginal risk for the Northwest. We're not really going to talk about that. But let's go ahead and briefly talk about our severe weather event on Sunday. So tomorrow we're going to have a little severe weather event in this area. NAM 3 really has it overnight. I'm not going to tell you so. Today looks interesting. You can see we have a surface low right there. Let's take a sounding in northern Missouri. Those shear profiles are very interesting. That's a bit contaminated, though. I don't think there's any good sectors for this. Okay, I don't know why, but okay. Don't know why my computer keeps doing that. Sorry about that. Um, let's go over here. Let's go out to Sunday now. Maybe this will be a bit better. Yeah, so there's our storms with our slight risk. Gosh, Pivotal is so slow on my computer. All right. So this is about what we were looking at, but right, just a second ago, we have our surface low in northern Missouri. Storms along it down into Kansas and Oklahoma. Let's just take a few soundings now. All right, that's not what I really was looking for. Take a sounding down in southwest Missouri. Okay, that is contaminated, of course. I wish I could get soundings that aren't contaminated. Okay, here we go. Finally, this is good sounding. Okay, so plenty of instability. We can note that. Shear profiles, on the other hand, these do look very good. Supportive of a 5%, maybe a 10% Tor risk. In fact, I do think we're going to get a 10% Tor risk. Quite positive we are. And yeah, so as we go into the night, Sunday, on the night, we can see this kind of line kind of moves to the weekends once it moves into eastern Illinois and the Indiana, Kentucky. Take a sounding, there's going to be a wind threat. Maybe still a slight Tor threat. We'll have to see. But yeah, so that's that enhanced risk. I might live stream this or try to for a bit. I'll have to see. But yeah, and then day 4 through 8. Day 5, this is our next storm system. We have a large 15% from Dallas up into southern Nebraska. Day 6, 15% in the south. The southeast, Dixie Alley there may be coming back. Let's go ahead and look at models now and tropical tidbits. So we're going to start off with the GFS here. Because there is a lot of differences. So the Northwest, you can pretty much note they're going to be getting hammered starting really Sunday with very, very heavy rain. For really Saturday night and the Sunday. Then all day Sunday, Monday. A lot of mountain snow. And then we can see this is our first storm system. Not going to be doing too much for us. Maybe some mixed, maybe some flakes in Wisconsin. Maybe Monday morning. We'll have to see if the GFS is correct. There, it kind of spins around in the northeast. This is our next big deal storm system for the east. This one will be bringing a good amount of severe. This is Tuesday. We're going to be seeing severe weather in the plains. Wednesday, it moves up into the Midwest and 989 low right there. Now note the GFS does not have any high, or really there's not much of a pressure difference. So actually, even though this low is very deep, it's really not going to be extremely windy in this area. It's just going to be a bit breezy. We don't have any high pressures really around, and then this is going to turn into a bowling. We're going to have a bowling ball upper level low with this too. Very significant storm system for the east, the southeast. This is going to change the weather dramatically for the east and the southeast. There. So go ahead and take a look at temperatures here. Now this is where we have very significant differences. So we can see Tuesday afternoon, pretty standard. This is our day we're going to be seeing severe weather here. We can see we have 80s, even though some temperatures creeping up towards 90 in Texas and Oklahoma. Pretty cold across the Rockies into the northwest. Pretty mild across the southwest. Some areas cold. Cold across the northern plains. Really the upper Midwest, northern plains down into the Midwest, Northeast. Pretty cold, but are mild for some people. It kind of just depends. Then Wednesday morning will be kind of cold. For the east, once again, we can definitely see our cold front right there. Wednesday's going to be an interesting day because the GFS has a wedge day for North Georgia, so that means areas like Gainesville, Georgia, may not make it out of the 50s. We'll be stuck in the 50s all day, which is a pretty classic situation for the South. And that's Wednesday's the day we could have severe weather in this area right there. And then it looks like maybe we could get a reinforcing cold front next weekend potentially. It definitely looks like we're going to be going into a colder pattern as we get into late next week, in the Halloween weekend. So now I'm going to go ahead and go over to Pivotal Weather. Let's pull up the European model and see what the European has. because I know the European, there's definitely some big differences with this. So let's go ahead and take a look here. First off, let's go ahead and go to precipitation. We can look at our fronts and stuff. So this is the Euro here. Of course, that's our storm system, our first one that's going to be impacting the east. We also have that very windy conditions in the northwest and a lot of heavy rain, like kind of heavy rain for them. Wow, mudslides are probably a significant risk and a lot of mountain snow too. It's actually going to be helping to bring our next low. That's actually going to be associated with our low that's going to really change. That's going to be a very big low for the whole country. It's going to go from bringing a ton of rain to California, kind of off its front, and then that comes into the U.S. and changes the weather for the central and the eastern. The Euro is much different than the. Let's go to our second storm system, and even our first one has a much closer to the northeast and a lot of rain for the northeast too. So yeah, now let's go and see Tuesday. Still, we're gonna have severe weather kind of in this area with that very okay, don't really know the right word, but it's indicative of that. Wednesday, the low is definitely further to the south. That's something to look at here. Definitely further to very much further to the south. All the way up into Iowa with you can see severe weather throughout Wednesday in the south there. Maybe third in the Carolina. We'll have to see if the Euro plays out. Euro has a much further. There's a lot of rain. If next week is going to be a very country overall. Then that just goes into the northeast and even brings more rain, ton of rain from that previous one. It looks like the exact. That's very fast here. So let's go ahead and go out to Tuesday. That's when we started the GFS. It's actually pretty similar. Temps in the 80s. For this area, 70s, and then more northern areas. Pretty cold across the west and the Rockies. Mild across the southwest. Pretty mild, cold across the Midwest, northern plains. Down even into the southeast Tuesday. Euro indicates some colder temperatures. Northeast pretty cold, other than the coastal northeast. It is warmer there. Got the Wednesday morning. Pretty cold across many areas from Midwest down to the southeast. From another little. It's actually from that first storm system. Yeah, it's gonna help North Dakota, pretty far north. Pretty west. Significant. This one storm system brings significant changes to the east. I mean, we could hear today highs and like maybe not getting out of the 50s on the Euro. I would right around 60 for areas like Atlanta. Now, I wouldn't take that serious. I wouldn't take that like literally. Like, I'm just kind of talking about the Euro here. And overall, what I'd probably get from this is that it's gonna be cooler next weekend. And it's gonna be a pretty big change from this weekend in the east. And yeah, and then Euro goes here. All right, sorry about that. So I don't know where I left off. I accidentally stopped the recording. Sorry about that. I'll just go back, say what I said again here. So pretty much overall, what I'd get from this is really the East is going to see a pretty significant difference between this weekend and next weekend, and really the what I mean by that is cooler temps. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the Euro and the GFS are very big differences between solutions for that second storm system that we're going to be seeing next week. Which is going to be bringing severe weather Tuesday, Wednesday, and potentially Thursday. We'll have to see about that, though. But yeah, they're up with this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will either be back tomorrow or Sunday. Yes, goodbye.